So apparently there's already a pretty significant snag, and I am standing, I think, right in the middle of it, the driveway. So in this area, you can see where they've had to do a lot of dirt work here. They actually had to dig this whole area up and bring a bunch of clay in to pack this down because the trucks were sinking into this area because there's just too much soft soil. They've used up all the rock that they had gotten, plus another 50 tons. I think it's about $25 a ton. And I still don't have a parking space at the top. So I'm gonna be out quite a bit more money just being able to park, or just being able to have a driveway in, and I still don't have a parking area. So that kind of bites. I think this pile right here is the last load that they brought in right here. And it all looks good, but can be a little bit stressful doing something like this because you really don't know what you're gonna run into. You don't know how much something like this is gonna take in terms of stone to get a driveway in, and that's right off the bat. We're $4,000 or $5,000 over budget and a little bit stressful, but it is looking good and we're beyond the point of return at this moment. So I just told them, well, you got to keep going. I don't know what to say about it other than you got to keep going because we're committed. So I'm going to walk up here. I don't know which guy is running the equipment this afternoon, but I'm going to come up here and take a look and show you where we're at up to this point. Well, this is looking good. He has a nice little terrace here, keep water flowing away from the back of the foundation. He has a level set here, it looks like. And he's working on getting that tuned up also. Okay, so yesterday whenever I was out here, he had only dug this out to about here, and I was trying to figure out, it only dug this out to about here, and I was a little confused by that. And what my wife said was, well, what if he needed to be able to get this flat and then get it graded, so when he graded that, everything wasn't falling into the hole. I'm gonna ask him whenever he has a minute if that was why that was the case, but I think that's the point of doing it that way. So hopefully this is 7'8" difference, so when they put that foundation in, there's going to be like 4 inches of gravel over that whole thing, and then my forms, and then 20 inches of form to work with. And my concrete forms are going to be insulated forms that are just going to be laid right on top of the gravel all the way around the 3 sides, and we shouldn't have to dig any frost footers for that. I think we might have already said this, but this trench is to daylight out the water so that water flows out of the hole. I don't know, there we go. So the water flows out of the hole. They trenched this all the way down here, and theoretically we should be able to lay a tile line in there and or a couple tile lines and get our water from our basement just flowing out daylight. Nothing's happening at the build today, but I didn't make it out here yesterday after they were completely done with the dig and with the driveway. So coming up to check it out. On a side note, there are guests at our tiny cabin Airbnb, and I don't want to disturb them. Right now, I'm at the front corner of the house, but I'm walking up a stockpile of dirt so that I can see down into this. I'm probably about pretty close to standing at the equivalent of like the halfway to the second floor as far as grade, and hopefully the wind won't be too excessive. This is our view out the front of our future house. Driveway's in. Right about middle of that curve is where they had to put an extra 50 ton or so of gravel in the ground. The house is going to be 36 wide, 40 feet deep, and the garage is going to be 36 wide and 48 deep. And then there's going to be a wraparound porch on all sides of it. So this is theoretically the basement, and I think I'm going to have an office basically right in this corner. What I was hoping is that he would have the difference between the grade at the basement level and the grade at the garage to be 7 feet 8 inches. And honestly, I think he got right in that vicinity. It's a little under 8 feet there. Nice, a little under 8 feet. And the closer that he gets, the closer he got on it, the better off I'm gonna be whenever I put in my shallow forms for the second floor. It's all real close. I should have brought my laser over here to measure this thing and see what the actual dig is. They have to put an extra 3 feet of width on every side. So this hole is approximately 6 feet in each direction larger than what we will need. And then you backfill that extra 2 feet past the foundation, most of the way up with gravel, or halfway up with gravel or something like that. This is supposed to be where it's supposed to drain out. I don't know. It feels kind of like flat, but it's weird because in both directions, it looks uphill. It looks like it's going uphill there, which is what you'd want, but if you're standing on that end, it looks like it's going uphill back this direction. So I really don't know which one is true. I'm hoping that he got it exactly how he wanted it. On this end, I'm standing on what I hope will be the grade ultimately, and all of this dirt in the background is just the stockpile, which just makes it real easy for him to backfill because he can just come in here, push it into the hole from here without a whole lot of extra effort. So then if I come up here, I'd say that basically this would be me coming out our master bedroom door right here, that being the front of the house. So if you walk out the front door and you look out, that's our front yard. And then vehicle parking will be over there. Shop here. And as far as the shop goes, Sarah's parking is going to be here. My parking, or my garage door really, is going to be there. And I'll probably park all of my stuff out beyond there somewhere. Kind of like that he graded that to where it should all run off nicely. And then he did a berm with a bunch of the black dirt, which I'm assuming he can take that down some ultimately and use some of that dirt elsewhere, but I'm not exactly sure. We'll just have to see how it turns out. When they put 500 tons of gravel in this thing, I really thought that I would get the driveway like they have and that this entire area would be full of gravel. But we are way short of having a parking area with the rock that they brought in. That's not exactly good news because that means we're going to have to haul in a whole bunch more, and I'm not excited for that bill. So currently we are about $5,000 over budget just on the dig, between the extra gravel and a little bit higher cost than what I was hoping for. But it's all right. We have a little bit of wiggle room in the budget. And it's all looking really sharp. It's probably kind of hard to pick up on the video, but they did a really nice job of grading this. And again, they graded all of this dirt out so that when they go to backfill, they just bring their bobcat up and just push it into the hole. The previous house that I had built, they took it out. I don't know if they took it out with a loader or what, but they took it out and they just mounted it up in a couple of piles. So then when they came to backfill, they had to run back and forth. I imagine he'll make a lot better money backfilling this because it should be just really easy. That's the update. It's looking good. We'll catch you on the next one. You can subscribe so you don't forget to follow this whole project from digging the hole to moving in. See ya.